So I've been seeing a lot of awesome Valentine's Day inspired looks on Instagram and on YouTube, and I really think that one of my favorite parts about Valentine's Day has always been the colors. And as someone that loves makeup, this obviously applies into that aspect of my life. So I've seen a lot of these great tutorials on Valentine's Day makeup. I was thinking it would be great to provide a quick smoky eye tutorial that uses some of these Valentine's Day colors into a look that we can wear throughout the year. So of course, I'm going to start by lining my eyes. Like I said, I'm using this L'Oreal Telescopic Liquid Eyeliner in Carbon Black. I like to line my eyes before I put on shadow and do another coat after. I think this just makes the effect a little bolder, and it also gives that long-lasting effect that we all really need with our busy schedules. You may have noticed when I was applying my first coat of eyeliner, I had a little bit of a struggle with the way it was, going against the natural skin and curve of my eyelid. This is why I love to do these two coats of eyeliner. So when I'm doing my first liner before, I get that base line in, but I'm not going to be stressed with some of these smaller bumps because I know it's going to become a lot easier when I go to outline over my shadow. Something that I always preach is to keep your mind on that final vision, that final look. So I have some pretty intense cat eye wings on right now. This is going to be a more intense look because we're going for more of that intense dark cat eye that kind of pulls in those Valentine's Day colors. So I made my cat eye wing a little bit longer than I typically do. You can see that I brought it out slightly farther. Because we're doing a smoky eye, I am actually going to do a full outline under my eyes, which is what I typically advise against if you are wanting to do a bright-eyed look. But today I'm going to break that rule and I'm going to line completely underneath my eyes. And honestly, I might kind of bring through my cat eye to the corner of my eye as well to just create that darker look. And you can see how this is kind of bringing in a more sultry feel. Something that I always do on my eyes, even if I'm doing a darker smoky eye look, I'm gonna add that eye illumination into the corner of my eyes. It just gives that extra pop and it can really do a lot. So I am actually going to be pulling from W7's In the Night palette. This is the first palette that I bought from W7, and I was so obsessed with it that I went back like 3 days later and I bought another one. I got it from Marshall's. There's a really nice color in it that is still going to be bright and a good illuminator, but it's pink. So it can, stay with our theme of Valentine's Day makeup that we can wear throughout the year. Looking a little bit closer, I'm going to be using this color here. It's the brightest color in the palette. It's a nice light pink color. I feel illuminated. Sorry, I'm a huge dork. We're ready to start applying that base color that I'm actually going to put on a few different base colors because I want to incorporate a solid mix of pinks and purples. So for my pink, I'm going to be using a mini palette from Smashbox. I'm going to be using this nice pink color right here. This is going to serve as really my base color. I'm going to put a deeper purple on top of it, but I kind of wanted to get those pink hues in there. I'm going to be using that eyeshadow blending brush for this because this is such a light color. I feel more comfortable using this versus my preferred sponge brush, which is what I like to do when I'm adding in the contrast colors. I'm gonna jump back to this In the Night palette. There are some awesome purple and pink shades in here. I just love this. I know I'm obsessing over it, but I really love this. And there is this really pinkish color in here. It's the Lady Luck color. It's a really unique purple pinkish color that I love to wear, and it's definitely a color you can wear throughout the year with a smoky eye. I'm actually going to be putting this color on first, then putting on a darker purple, and then adding in that smoky eye look with a black shadow that actually comes from this as well. I'm going to be applying this first as a base, and then I'm going to be mixing these two middle purple colors here to put on top. It's going to be dark, but then I'm going to contrast it later with this black. I love using sponge brushes. I've mentioned this before. I think they're great to get the boldness of the color on. Sometimes I feel like colors can be lost from brushes, so that's why I like using this, and then, you know, going back with my eyeshadow blending brush to kind of smooth things out. I'm also going to bring this color underneath the eye. Now I'm going to start bringing these darker purple colors into my base. It's going to be darker than what you would typically use for a base, but that's because I'm going for the smoky eye. So the two purple colors I'm going to be using are right here next to the Lady Luck color. For reference, they are Top Hat and Razzmatazz. But I'm going to be mixing these two and actually putting them over top of the pink, blending in. I might try to add some more of that pink back in if I feel like it really gets lost. Just really blending all of these colors together to give it that dynamic effect. I feel pretty happy about where my base color is right now, so I'm going to go ahead and add in that black contrast. I'm using directly from this palette, but really any basic black color that you have is going to work great. Quick trick. If you get eyeshadow on your face while putting it on, just, you know, if it's loose eyeshadow, it's going to naturally fall down, especially with dark colors. This can be so infuriating. Whatever you do not touch it with your hand. That's going to make it spread more. What I like to do, I'm going to take my bronzer brush and I'm actually just going to wipe lightly, really lightly, underneath. And that usually gets rid of that shadow without rubbing it all over your face. So I blended through some things. It can be difficult when working with some darker colors because the lines are easier to see. So when I blend, I either like to use a eyeshadow blending brush. Sometimes I'll even use my bronzer brush just to slightly go over my eyes, just to kind of clean some of those lines up. I'm breaking all of my makeup rules today. I'm actually going to put mascara on my bottom lashes. So I want to add some more hues into my face that kind of bring those warm Valentine's Day color feels. I'm actually going to line my lips with this liner from MAC. It's a lip pencil in the color Brick. And then I'm going to put kind of a bolder, kind of purplish color. So these colors traditionally don't go together, but I'm going to mix them today. A lot of times I find that some of the long-lasting, bolder colors can really dry out your lips, which isn't optimal if you are looking to go out, if you're looking to go to work. You don't want to have to keep applying or bring that extra moisturizer. So these Chubby Sticks by Clinique are really awesome. We're done with the look.